Hi everyone, it's me, Lee Lewis from Ameriben and BenefitsStrategy.org. I'm here in sunny San Diego where we just finished the 2016 Employer Healthcare Conference put on by the Conference Board and Legacy Towers Watson. For a guy like me, it's the Super Bowl. One of the best, if not the best, healthcare conferences in the country for large employers. And as I do at the end of every conference, I'm making a quick recap video to go over the top ideas presented at this conference. All right, the first big idea comes from Ariel Bogorad at Cerna and Ellen Exum at IBM, and that was the idea of a care-knowledge gap. Simply put on a couple of coasters, knowledge is the cutting-edge treatments that we have for disease, which we innovate very quickly. And care is the actual care that's delivered in clinics and hospitals all across the country, which, as you can imagine, goes a little bit more slowly than our ability to innovate. So normally there's a 10-year gap between what we know and what we're able to give to every member. But unfortunately, or fortunately, we've been innovating so fast that that gap has gone from 10 to 15 years. This care knowledge gap is causing almost 1 in 4 diagnoses to be wrong and 1 in 3 treatment plans also to be wrong. Luckily, Best Doctors, Consumer Medical, and Grand Rounds make that gap go away. Okay, the second idea comes from Robert Kite at Delta, is sharing healthcare savings back with the population. It's the idea of thinking, how creative can we be at setting our healthcare budget, communicating that to our members, and if we can come in underneath that budget, we can take the difference and reinvest it in the members. Idea number 3 comes from Kristen Brown at JetBlue, and it's using teleconferencing to do couples therapy and family therapy and counseling from anywhere in the world. Idea number 4 comes from Jason Langhire and Michelle Hatzis at Zapongo and Google respectively. And it is the idea that eating is the most deadly, risky behavior in which any of us engage. Zapongo uses mobile technology and member preferences to design recipes and shopping lists and even which store to go to help us start eating better food. Idea number 5 comes from Sean Levitt at Comcast, one of my absolute favorite people in the industry. And it is that 14% of members are financially stressed, and that this financial stress is almost like a disease, causing them to be absent from work 3 times more than average and have a much higher incidence of medical claims. Hence, if we can help members to get through their financial stress, it has a curative effect, almost like a medicine on a disease state. Idea number 6 attacks the belief that single people should have to subsidize people like me who have 4 kids. No longer the case at Cerna. Ariel Bogorad also shared this idea that they have gone from using 4 classifications of single, single with kids, married, married with kids, to now be 10 classifications based on how many children you have. So people with large families contribute a little more of the spend and makes it a little more fair for people who are single. This is not good news for me, but it's great news for fairness. Idea number 7 comes from Adrietta Islar at Verizon, and that is using highly sophisticated and customized coaching to help pre-diabetics lose weight by breaking the coaching out into any type of platform that makes sense, whether it be telephonic or text message or mobile, early or late. Even to the point of sending reminders to eat vegetables via text message back and forth from members to coaches. Very exciting. And it achieved 8.8 average pounds of weight loss reduction. Idea number 8, also coming from Ellen Exum at IBM, is the idea of using supercomputing to derive second opinions, using natural language and narrow AI to summarize expert second opinions from all human knowledge, using the Watson supercomputer. This is the very earliest use we've seen of what's probably going to happen in the future, where computers will do all diagnoses as they're able to fully eliminate that gap between knowledge and the ability to disseminate it. Idea number 9 is coming from Jiff and Johnson & Johnson, which is the fully customized, integrated engagement hub for members that unifies all financial items, 401k, and other solutions, vendors, wellness, everything that deals with our HR into one simple platform that uses surveys and questionnaires and claims to know what solutions members need when they need it. Idea number 10 is actually from One Medical Group, which shockingly was not even one of the sponsors of this event, but they were talked about a lot. One Medical Group is basically taking medicine out of the 1980s and creating clinics that are mobile optimized, tele-optimized, high-tech facilities, and make it very easy for members to get into a doctor in a reasonable amount of time and get taken care of. Finally, the last big idea comes from RedBrick Health, and that is the idea of in wellness programs, reward often. Don't just reward at the very beginning or do a payroll deduction, and reward effort, not just outcomes. The reason is that plans that reward outcomes have spikes in stress and don't get better outcomes. And that's it for me today. I'm Lee Lewis, giving the final report from the healthcare conference in San Diego. That are Jason Langhire at Zipongo, and Michelle Hatzis at Google, Langhire and Michelle Hatzis at Zipongo and Google respectively.